Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the season finale of season 5 of Supernatural. I am scared. I'm wearing my grumpy hoodie because I don't know how I feel about this because I've loved season 5. Season 5 has been fantastic and everyone says the finale season 5 is brilliant. And I'm scared because of everything that's going on with the season, which I'll talk about in a second. But I'm also quite nervous as well as a whole because many of you have commented in the past that season 5 was meant to be like the end. And that's what they had planned for the show. 5 seasons, that was it. Obviously, we all know, because I got the box set right there for Christmas last year. Oop, right there. That it goes for 15 seasons. So how do they carry on from here? Did they finish season 5 and then decide after that to carry on? Did they know when they filmed this episode that they were carrying on, so they maybe changed the ending of it? All those kind of things you can let me know down below, because you guys all know the behind the scenes stuff. But I'm looking forward to this. So, the state of play has got it right now. We've finally got the 4 rings of all the horsemen. We got Pestilence and Death last episode. The 4 rings all joined together to create like a key. And this key is going to lock Lucifer's cage. So, we have Adam, who's going to be the Michael sword. Sam is probably, almost definitely at this point, going to say yes to Lucifer and become Lucifer's vessel. They fight, and the plan is for Sam to try and regain control of Lucifer long enough to jump into the cage. Sam's not obviously Lucifer's vessel yet. Lucifer's still in that other vessel, played by Mark Pellegrino. But I've said since day one, once this Lucifer thing came in, Sam is going to say yes. I don't know what it is. I just thought they're not going to introduce that unless we're going to see it at some point. Now, we did kind of see it in episode 4 in the end, so I thought maybe they won't show us, but I still think that we're going to see it. I do. I think Sam's going to say yes. I think it's going to be a big fight between Sam and Adam, and it's going to end one way or the other. Maybe the apocalypse happens, and that's how the show runs for the next 10 seasons. I don't see it happening. I see them stopping Lucifer. I just don't know how it's going to go down. Obviously, we've got Bobby, who's walking again, Crowley's got his soul. Maybe that's going to play out this episode once they've done what they need to do. That whole thing is maybe going to resolve itself. Hopefully, Bobby will still be able to walk again. We've got Castiel, who's sort of human now. A bit more clarity, you don't know what that means. And Dean obviously wants to help Sam, doesn't want to lose Sam, but we're running out of options. I'm scared. Season finales of Supernatural have always been great. Like, they've always been some of my favourite episodes of the seasons. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes. But I'm just nervous because of this season, how it's been, how epic it's been. We have lost characters along the way. We've lost the Trickster, we lost Ella, and we lost Joe. Probably some others along the way. So I could see the season ending on quite a dark note. But let's jump into it to find out. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please let me know down below in the comment what you thought of the reaction. And as usual, I'm going to be doing a couple more episodes after this. I'll be doing the bloopers to Season 5 and the episode ranking tournament style thing that I do. I don't know about quizzes this time. We'll see. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, let me know down below. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And please take a look at the Patreon link down below to watch the full reaction to this episode. Every episode since the 100th episode of Season 5, I've got full reactions. And if you watch on YouTube, there'll probably be the first few episodes of Season 6 over there as well. Okay. Let's jump into Supernatural, the finale of Season 5, Episode 22, Swan Song. I mean, that title in itself gives me the fear, because Swan Song, ending someone's final moments. You can do this, Scott, come on.
3 days later, another car rolled off.
Oh, it's, Chuck.
No one gave 2 craps about her.
The Prophet.
But they should have. Because this 1967 Chevrolet Impala would turn out to be the most important car. No. The most important object in pretty much the whole universe.
I thought they told him not to write another Supernatural book, or they'd come for him.
She ended up at Rainbow Motors, a used car lot.
Oh, that's when John bought it, right?
Where a young Marine bought her on impulse.
He's handsome.
That is, after a little advice from a friend.
Hell yeah.
I guess that's where this story begins.
I'm in.
In with?
The whole up with Satan thing.
Oh.
I'm on board.
What if you can't get control of it, though?
You're gonna let me say yes.
No, that's the thing. It's not on me to let you do anything.
It's not.
You're a grown overgrown, man.
He's a big
This
hulking
is
dude,
what
isn't
you
he?
want, I'll back your play.
That's the last thing I thought you'd ever say.
Might be. Not gonna lie to you, though. It goes against every fiber I got. You know, watching out for you, it's kind of been my job, you know? But more than that, it's kind of who I am.
He's always going to be his big
I'm
brother.
not kid anymore, Sam. I can't keep treating you like one.
Oh, this feels like a goodbye.
Maybe I gotta grow up a little, too. I do know that if anybody can do it, it's you.
Oh, this is a really nice moment.
Thank you.
I like that moment though. That was really nice. That Dean's family just support Sam with who he is and what he wants to do. I like that.
Sam, I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be nuts to have a good feeling about it.
You know what I mean? Detroit. He always said he'd jump your bones in Detroit. Here we are.
Okay.
But you gotta hope he doesn't know about the rings.
He must know, surely, because he didn't kill the horseman. So he must know that they're out there and not doing the work anymore.
You know I'm not coming back.
That's what I said.
So you gotta promise me something.
He gets in.
Why did that make me want to cry?
Tooth and nail, you
It
understand?
was just a hug.
Keep swinging.
Supposed to lie.
Yeah.
Sure. It'll be fine.
Just stop.
This is the stuff that's important. The army man that Sam crammed in the ashtray. It's still stuck there. The Legos that Dean shoved into the vents. To this day, heat comes on, they can hear him rattle.
And why are you?
I want to say yes.
Excuse me?
Oh. Well, that's a handy little...
Chock full of Ovaltine, are we?
Yes.
You're serious.
He's so handsome. Oh my god, I can't cope.
Look, I give you a free ride, but when it's all over, I live, he lives, you bring our parents back.
Okay, can we please drop the telenovela?
Bring your parents back.
I know you have the rings, Sam.
Of course he does.
One round, no tricks.
Winner
You
takes
win.
all.
You jump in the hole. I win. Well, then I win.
Sam,
We don't have any other choice.
no.
Yes.
Lob him in the cage. Just chuck him in.
Go now, Sammy.
This can't be this. Lucifer. Can't see it won't be that easy.
I was just messing with you.
Oh.
I told you. This would always happen in Detroit.
He did. It was interesting that the key can open the cage anywhere. I like that. But it was never going to go like that. Well, that quickly.
You got me all wrong, kiddo. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm gonna rip you apart from the inside out. Do you understand me? Such anger. Young Skywalker.
I think he's playing him really well.
Who you really angry with? Me?
Oh, yeah.
That face in the mirror. I'm sure this is all a big joke to you. Because we're two halves made whole. MFEO. Literally. This feels pretty damn far from good. I'm inside the
MFEO.
grapefruit, Sam. You can't lie to me. Sam Winchester, this is your life. Azazel's gang. Watching you since you were a rugrat.
Oh, they all
Jerking you around
demons.
like a dog. On a leash.
Oh.
I know how you feel about them.
It never occurred to them that, sure, maybe they never really had a roof and four walls. But they were never, in fact, homeless.
It's a good line.
The only thing that you're gonna see out there
is Michael killing your brother.
But you'd want to be there to try.
Then I ain't gonna let him die alone.
Yeah. You'd have to be there. They're gonna do something. I don't know what. Something's gonna happen to turn the tides against Lucifer, surely. I hope. Although I said in other seasons that they always fail. Like they fail to not open the gates to hell. They fail to stop Dean from going to hell. They fail to stop the cage of Lucifer from opening. So either they fail again and Lucifer starts the apocalypse, or they win somehow. Here we go.
It's good to see you, Michael.
You too. It's been too long.
You believe it's finally here? Part of me wishes we didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
What if it's not my fault?
What is that supposed to mean?
Think
What
about
do you
it.
mean?
Dad made everything, which means he made me who I am. God
Sounds like you're
wanted
making excuses,
the devil.
though.
One of Dad's tests. We don't even know the answer.
Oh, it's so weird because this is like Sam and Dean talking to each other, you know? Especially early seasons about John.
Let's just walk off the chessboard.
No, you haven't changed a bit, little brother. Always blaming everybody but yourself. We were together. We were happy. But you betrayed me, all of us, and you made our father leave.
No one makes Dad do anything. He is doing this.
Oh, the parallels between it. It's so weird to see, but it's really smart as well. What song is this? All I can hear is YouTube copyright, YouTube copyright.
Sorry, am I interrupting something?
Yeah. What's gonna happen?
This is a whole new mountain of stupid.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Sam.
You are no longer a part of this story. Hey, ass butt.
Did you just Molotov my brother with holy fire?
No.
No one dicks with Michael but me.
Oh! If I didn't know that Castiel was in more of the show, what the was that? I should distract him with nothing else. Dodo.
No!
Yes.
I don't like this. Come on, dude.
Sam, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you.
Is it Sam? Sam and the little army man. Don't cry, Scott. Okay, Sam.
It's not gonna end this way. Step back.
You're gonna have to make me!
I have to fight my brother, Sam.
Sorry, I'm not saying much. I don't know what to say. I have thoughts. I'm just trying. I'll say them at the end.
you're alive.
I'm better than that.
Oh. Is he an angel again? Like a proper angel again. What about Bobby? Is he still dead? Please bring Bobby back. Good, because I actually have no idea how long Bobby's in the show for. If he's in the whole 15 seasons. I didn't know if that was it.
Any chapped-ass monkey with a keyboard can poop out a beginning. Endings are impossible.
Swan song.
You try to tie up every loose end, but you never can. The fans are always gonna bitch. There's always gonna be holes.
Yep.
What are you gonna do now?
Return to heaven, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Heaven?
With Michael in the cage, I'm sure it's total anarchy up there.
So what, you're the new sheriff in town?
This does feel like an ending, for sure.
I suppose I am.
All I got is my brother in a hole.
You got what you asked for, Dean.
Stop the apocalypse.
No paradise. No hell. Just more of the same.
Yeah.
This is the last Dean and Bobby will see of each other for a very long time.
Why?
Every part of him, every fiber he's got wants to die or find a way to bring Sam back. But he isn't gonna do either. Because he made a promise.
This is Lisa. Yay!
Hey, Lisa. If it's not too late, I think I'd like to take you up on that beer.
Oh, God, I want to cry again. What is wrong with me today? This is too cute.
Nothing ever really is, does it?
What? What? Is that Sam? It still looks like it is Sam, not Lucifer. What? Okay, guys, that was my reaction to the season 5 finale of Supernatural Swan Song. What? Oh, I don't even know where to start with this episode because so much happened. But it was great. It was really good. It's really continued the trend of Supernatural having amazing finales, and I hope that continues. I know there's always going to be seasons that the finales aren't as strong, but honestly, these first 5 seasons as a whole, as a package, the season finales have pretty much always been my favourite episode, I think. I need to look back at my favourite episode list that I've got, but I loved that. That was really strong. That was a really good episode. From epicness and Lucifer and Michael and Sam and Dean and Bobby Castiel, twists, turns, deaths, just some good emotional scenes. There was everything you could want from a good finale. Twists I wasn't expecting, an ending I wasn't expecting. It wrapped up pretty much everything till that last moment, which I could see being jumping way ahead to the finale end of it. Maybe that's where they changed it for the fact that it was a season 6. You can let me know down below. I could be way off the mark, but I could see it being the episode played out exactly as it was planned to be the final episode, because it felt like a final episode of the show to that last moment when Sam was out of the cage. Maybe they added that on because they knew they were going to come back. I have no idea. You let me know down below the behind the scenes stuff, because that's why I like you guys. That's why I love you guys, because I come up with weird outlandish theories. You tell me why I'm wrong. So where do we start? Let's start with like the Chuck part, because that was kind of like the narrative structure of the episode. So from the start of the episode, Chuck was writing another Supernatural book called Swan Song, and it focused on the Impala and the making of the car, and how the car was part of Sam and Dean's life, and the army man in the little ashtray holder, the Lego pieces in the air conditioning, and all the heating. And it was just really set there to remind us of the journey that the car's been on, but also Sam and Dean and how important they are to each other, and all the clips from the whole show, and from when they were kids, from when they were teenagers, from when they were older, just to remind us how much they've been through and the love for each other. Because even though we know it, they're not always the best at showing it. Although this episode, they did a lot. And I like the structure. and how he was writing another book, even though Sam and Dean did say if they ever find out he's writing another book about them, they're going to come for him. But then the end happened when he wrote the end on the end of the book, on the end of Swan Song. And I like the fact that he also helped them as well, like in the episode with Becky, how she was like, did you not realise that in this book, Ruby gave the gulp to such a body? I liked all that stuff. So, right at the end, he finished the final book, put his drink down, and then disappeared. What does that mean? Is that one of those, the fact that he did say in the ending speech that not all the questions are answered, there's always going to be things that aren't left answered, some fans are going to bitch about it. Is that kind of a nod towards that? Because we know that Chucky's a prophet, but that's kind of it. What? But I kind of like that, because there was a nod to the fact that not everything's answered. Obviously, I presume maybe going forward we might get an answer to that. But he just disappeared, and I'm like, what does that mean for Chuck? I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what it means, but I did like it. And I thought it was a nice little ending, a little question to leave us guessing what's going on. I don't even know how to start. So much happened. I guess we just start from the beginning, work forward. So, Sam and Dean were at the Bobby's auto yard at the start, and they had a nice talk where Dean basically said, if that's what you want to do, I support what you're doing. And he had a nice speech about, it's not for me to let you do things. You're a grown-ass man. You're an overgrown man. You make the choice. If that's what you want to do, let's do it. And I liked that, because Dean's always so quick to stop Sam doing what he wants because he doesn't like it, which from a big brother point of view makes total sense. And he said, like, I'm always taking care of you, because he's a big brother. He's always going to do that, and he wants to do that. And we saw that even right towards the end. That's kind of what helped him stop Lucifer. We'll get to it. But I like the fact that he was saying that, like, I can't stop you. It's not for me to stop you. And it was like he's, like with Bobby last episode, he's finally kind of seeing Sam as an adult now, as someone who can make his own decisions, right or wrong, like it or love or loathe it. He's accepting Sam for the person he is, and his youngest brother is now growing up. And I thought it was such an important moment for the show. Now, going forward, depending on what happens next season with Sam being back, whether they're going to go back on that and it's going to go back to the same old routine they go into, I don't know. But hopefully not. Hopefully they've grown as a sibling couple? That's just my fantasies. Sibling pair as a team, and hopefully now they can move on in some form better, communicate better, respect each other more, and just that was a really good moment. They got the demon blood. They had a nice little chat in the car on the way to find Lucifer in Detroit. And what I liked about the episode was the chat between Sam and Dean was so important. Things that we wanted to hear them say to each other for a while, and we know they love each other, we know they respect each other. It's just they have so many communication problems that this episode, for a finale, was so good at them finally communicating with each other and saying what they needed to say to each other. And it was emotional. It was beautiful to watch, because we love these characters. I love both the boys. I know that everyone thinks the same, but I love them both for different reasons. But I've always said I want them to communicate more and just talk openly and honestly about their feelings. And this season they got that. This episode they got that. It was perfect, really. It's what we'd want from a finale. You want growth from the characters, and this definitely delivered for that. And then we had the scene of Sam saying, like, goodbye to Bobby. Like I said, I don't know what it is about Bobby. I'm obviously very attached to that character. But even just the fact that he said, like, see you soon, or see you around, kid, and gave Sam a hug, and that was it. That was all he needed to say. And I was like, like, I don't like it. I don't know. I think it's because, you know, like we saw last episode with Bobby appreciating Sam as a hunter and growing up, and I just love their relationship, especially in comparison to Sam and, like, John. I just love Bobby. I'm glad he's back to being himself, and obviously we'll get to the ending, but jumping ahead, the fact that he's now a hunter, he's going to hunt some Rougarou. Bobby, fucking yes, get in. I love him so much. And the ending with Castiel was a bit awkward when he was trying to say goodbye to him, but Castiel's basically like, I'm saying the wrong thing, and I liked that. And as much as it was sad to see Mark Pellegrino go, I love him in the role as Lucifer. Sam finally said yes. But also, I was right. I was completely right that, of course, he knew that they had the Horseman rings. Of course he did. I think it's really naive of them to think that they killed or stopped 4 of the Horsemen from carrying on doing what they want to do, like killing people, sending out viruses, whatever war was doing, famine was doing, all that kind of stuff. The fact that they're all being stopped at each point. Lucifer was going to find out. Of course he was going to find out. And obviously they were naive not to think that he knew about the rings and the key. So I like that when they confronted him, he was like, I know you're saying yes because you got the rings, but you know what? Let's fight. And jumped into Sam. And obviously Dean opened the gate straight away. He was like, Sam, jump in. And it wasn't Sam, it was Lucifer. Which I'm kind of glad about, because if it ended there, I would have been very like, well, that was anticlimactic. It was too soon to end it there, so I'm glad that they didn't. And that obviously Lucifer was pretending to be Sam. But then everyone started to give up. I'm like, guys, you can't give up that quickly, come on. I know we're not in like the best position, but don't give up. Keep fighting. And they did, luckily. But I've got to say, Mark Pellegrino and Sam, Jared Padalecki, are fantastic as Lucifer. I really like Mark. And I like how Lucifer doesn't lie. But even when he was Sam, he wasn't like he was smarmy. I think I might use that word at some point. I don't even think he's smarmy. He's just very well-spoken. Almost charming at times in a way, the way he talks. And he's very honest. And I like how he holds himself as Lucifer, Jared. And on the scenes when they were in the mirror talking to each other, we saw Sam being quite like distraught and stressed and upset and trying to fight. But Lucifer was just very calm. And he never really shouts, he just talks, and he's kind of imposing and intimidating. But the juxtaposition between the two kind of sides of Sam, I guess, was really good. And I think Jared did a really good job this episode in playing that, because I said it with Yellow Eyes. There were certain actors that played Yellow Eyes that I loved, some that I didn't like so much. Same with Meg. There's certain actors that play Meg great, some I don't find as threatening. So when you get attached to Lucifer in a certain vessel, that my nerves kick in when he's going to change vessel, that he's not going to be as good. Obviously we saw Sam as Lucifer in episode 4, so we know that he's good at playing it. But I was just nervous. But I think he did really well, and I really liked the bit. As much as I was disappointed in the couple episodes ago when we found out that the person who killed Jess was his college friend, I wasn't disappointed his college friend was a demon. I thought that was quite cool. But then we saw that his teacher and some other people that he was around since being a kid were demons as well. That's got to be a mind fuck, that your whole life has been this plan, which we kind of knew. The blood from the demon when he was a baby, his whole life was planned out. But just the fact that even the people around him growing up, that he was like, he trusted his friends, teachers, whatever, they were demons as well. That's got to play on your mind. Obviously at that moment in time he had more important things to worry about, i.e. fighting Lucifer. But that was I liked that, because that was like a twist in the knife while you're down. Like you had no control of anything in your life, from Azazel to Lucifer to possess special children to everything. It was all planned. There was never anything you could do. But Sam was still fighting, and I loved that. And then we get to Detroit, to the cemetery. We've got Sam, Adam, Lucifer, Michael. And I loved that scene as well, because it was really cool. If you've kept up with the show, if you're a big fan of the show, you can see the parallels between Michael and Satan talking, Lucifer talking, and the parallels between Sam and Dean, how they're talking about the Father and why are we following the Father, why don't we just do this, and all these different things they were talking about are very similar to Sam, Dean and John. And it's not until kind of they announced that they were the vessels at the start of the season, and I think it was Zachariah that said, well, isn't it obvious, two brothers that have been following this like omnipotent Father, just following his orders, one goes like one way, one goes another way, isn't it obvious that you guys are going to be the vessels? Something to that degree. I apologise, it's probably not verbatim, I've only watched it twice at this point at the start of the season anyway, but that kind of thing. And it's like, it's so obvious to me now that obviously Sam, Dean are the vessels, and how they are very counterparts to Michael and Lucifer. And not that John is God, I hope that's not the case anyway, but the fact that he was like this father that's kind of not the best father, that's kind of noped out the situation, let them fight their battles, and one trusts him, one doesn't, one follows him, one doesn't. And that scene when they were talking in the graveyard was cool. It was really good, because even though it was Sam and Adam talking, it just felt like a conversation we'd had before. And I like that Lucifer kind of wanted to stop the fight. He was like, well, let's just not fight. Like, why? We don't need to fight now. We can just like do something else. We'll talk about whatever he said. I can't remember all the details. I apologise. I was emotionally distraught throughout the whole episode. But obviously Michael was like, this is my destiny, I have to stop you, I have to fight. But then Castiel came out of nowhere with a firebomb, and I thought he'd killed Michael. Obviously I wasn't thinking straight, obviously, because that's not how you kill an Archangel. But he got rid of him for a few minutes, and I genuinely loved the moment, as scary as it was, when Lucifer said, I'm the only one that can fuck with Michael. It's my job to do that. And just went like that, and Castiel just exploded. Now, this would be a great moment for people not to let me know that he's... Obviously, I know from being around watching a lot of TV and TV news and having the box set, and mostly from comments as well, how much people love Castiel from the whole show. So I knew Castiel was coming back into it. But if I watched that when it was airing on TV and Castiel exploded, I would have lost my shit more than I did right now. Like, it made me jump, and I was like, oh, like, no. But I would have lost it because that was scary and brutal and bloody, and I would have been convinced that that was it, Castiel was done. And I think maybe if they didn't carry on this show, that would have been a good ending for him. Obviously, I like the ending they gave him as well. Again, we'll get to it. But there was that, and then Bobby shot Lucifer with the Colt, and then he snapped Bobby's neck, and Bobby's one character that I'm lucky enough that I don't really know where his run on the show ends. I don't know if he ends in season 15. This is it. Obviously, the ending kind of hinted that Bobby was off and doing his own thing, and that Dean's not going to see him for a long time. Maybe this is it for him. I don't know. But the fact that he snapped his neck, I thought that could be it. I was like, I know Castiel comes back. Hopefully they bring Bobby back too. But, you know, it's a finale. It's a big finale. It could be the end of the entire show. That's how it was planned. Maybe they are going to kill Bobby off. And I was distraught because I love Bobby. And I thought that was it. They were going to kill Bobby off, and that was him done. And I was like, I could feel my chest was like, because I love Bobby and I just don't want him to go. Luckily, that ended up not being the case. So Castiel's gone, Bobby's gone. It's just Sam and Dean. And there was no way Dean was going to best him in a fight. I don't think he intended to. He wanted to kind of reach Sam inside Lucifer and get to him emotionally so that Sam could find the strength to fight. And Lucifer was beating the crap out of him, and it was awful to watch. It was painful to watch. And Dean kept saying, like, I'm here for you, Sam. Like, I'm here. And for those in the know, it very much reminded me of a certain season finale of Buffy. I won't spoil it in case anyone ever watches it in the future. But there's a season finale where there's the big bad, and someone's trying to stop them, but it's more of an emotional thing, like, please don't do this, blah, 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 rather than a big fight. Gave me very much vibes of that, and how Dean was getting the shit kicked out of him and was trying to reach Sam, and then Sam looked up and there was like a gun of light, and he saw the little army thing in the ashtray. And then we saw all the flashes of Sam and Dean, and Sam came through. And I was like, yes. And I was in tears. I don't know, it just really got to me. And then Sam was like, I've got it, I'm in control. Open the cage, let's go in. Obviously, Michael came back to try and stop him. I said, no, it's our destiny to fight. But Sam was like, I'm going in the cage, dragged Michael in with him. I guess the only thing that I will say is that I was looking forward to a Michael-Lucifer fight. And like Michael said, this is my destiny to fight. I need to stop you. That was a whole prophecy and destiny and all this stuff. And they never got that, which is, whilst I was looking forward to it, I also kind of liked that they never got the fight. It was more an emotional resolution than a big physical resolution, which hit home pretty hard. So Michael never got the fight. He got dragged into the cage with Sam, and it was so sad to watch Sam go in the cage. But it's kind of cool that Sam, Lucifer, Michael, Adam are all trapped in that cage. Well, they were trapped in that cage. And yeah, the cage closed. They've won the fight. Sam did what he wanted, going to get Lucifer to take over, to somehow claw his way up, get into the cage. So Sam's plan played out. Maybe not exactly how he was going to thought it was going to play out, but in the end result was what he wanted it to be. Obviously, they didn't expect Adam to be in there as well, so it's a shame for Adam, really, because he got brought back from the dead. He got killed by a ghoul, got brought back from the dead to try and stop Lucifer, trying to do the right thing, got trapped with the angels, got took over by Michael, and then got trapped in the cage, and it's probably not going to be pleasant in that cage. So I kind of hope for Adam's sake that he gets some sort of resolution as well. Like, however, again, we're jumping forward, Sam got out. I'm hoping Adam got out too, because I feel like Adam is pretty innocent in all this. I don't know. But then just seeing Dean kneeling there on where the cage was. This episode broke my heart multiple times. It was so emotional, and I like it. I like it a lot. And then Castiel came back, and he believes God brought him back from the dead, and he's now an angel again, like new and improved, all powerful, back to being full power Castiel, which I'm happy about, because whilst I was liking the more human side of him, I like that we've got an angel back on our side again, but he's going to go back to heaven and do things up there. Again, which that makes me feel like it was a final ever episode. Like, Sam's in the cage, Michael's in the cage, Castiel's back as an angel, gone back up to heaven. He brought Bobby back, yes. But Bobby's now going off and being Hunter again and fighting Rougarou, which I love. It all felt like everything was wrapping up, minus Chuck disappearing. I don't know what that's about. And then Dean went off to go find Lisa and Ben and just spend life with them like he promised Sam that he would do. Sam said, if I do this and we win, please promise me you're going to go and just spend life with Lisa and Ben. Now, it's weird for me to think about Dean living a normal life. I just don't see him doing it or being content doing that, because I know that as much as the life is hard, the demon hunting life is hard and painful, it is in his blood, not literally, but it's what he was brought up to do, it's what he's good at. So I'm being intrigued to know where that goes. But before I make any season predictions, right at the end we had Dean in the house with Lisa and Ben having a normal meal, and outside was Sam. I don't know what that means, but maybe God brought him out of the cage somehow, like how he brought Castiel back. Maybe God's brought him, that's not a word. Maybe God brought Sam out of the cage as like a prize for winning, for taking on Lucifer and winning. Maybe it's like his prize for winning, because we didn't get Paradise, so the next best thing is he's brought Sam back out. I don't know, but I'm guessing that'll be answered maybe next season, but also it means we're not going to start this season wondering how we're going to move forward with Sam in the cage and Dean out of it. We now know that Sam's out of the cage, we just don't know why he's out of the cage. So that episode was really good. More emotional than I thought it would be. Like, I know finales are always emotional, right? We had season 3, Dean going to hell. I was sad. Season 2 was Sam got killed. That was the penultimate one, but you know what I mean. That was emotional. Season 4, I was mad. I was emotional, but for a different reason. I was like angry, mad, jumping out of my seat, Ruby mad, that level of emotional. This was like heartbreaking to watch and sad, but also heartwarming with all the flashbacks of Sam and Dean getting through to Sam, the Bobby. It was great. It was really good. I've watched 2 shows today, and they both made me cry a lot. I watched episode 9 and 1, which was making me bawl, and then this, which made me cry a lot today. So I think I'm done with reactions for today, because my heart can't take it anymore. I'm too emotional. But that was great. That was really good. I could see why it's a finale that people are excited about me watching, and I could see it potentially being my favourite episode of the season. I don't know yet. We'll wait to do the ranking, and we'll do it fairly like I always do, but that was really good. Looking ahead to season 6. So what are my predictions for next season? I don't know. What I'll be intrigued to see, how Sam got back. I'm presuming it's a god, but we don't know. Like, how he's got brought back, how Dean's going to feel about him being back. I'm hoping it'll be a happy. Obviously, he's not expecting to see Sam, so it might be a bit of a shock. And just the repercussions of Sam being back, if there is any, or is just going to be, we're starting fresh with this new season, a new run of the show, because obviously season 5 was meant to be the end. Let's start all afresh. How Castiel comes back into it, if Bobby's back in it. But more importantly, for me, what I'm intrigued to see is what the threat's going to be. Because it feels like Azazel, Special Children, Ruby, Raising Lucifer, The Cage, Michael, Lucifer, all that stuff is wrapped up and done. That's what it feels like. That whole 5-season chunk of the show, almost chapter 1 of the show, I guess, is wrapped up and done and over. So what I'm excited to see is with season 6, are any of those remnants, do they carry on with any of that sort of stuff? Or is season 6 a whole new threat altogether? If so, how do you make it interesting when you've just had the devil and the apocalypse? How do you one-up that? Or not even one-up that, but how do you make it fresh, interesting, and as gripping for a TV show? Because the stakes have got to be lower, right? You can't really have, I presume, bigger stakes than the end of the world. So the stakes have got to be lower, but how do you make that as engaging, you know, when you've had such a big stakes climax season? I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see how that goes and what they do with it and where the show goes in season 6. I don't have any predictions of what that will be. I have no idea. Maybe there's just a new demon in town who becomes a big threat. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm excited to find out. I think I've said pretty much everything I want to say. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Very emotional. And I'm excited to do my ranking of the season, see where this falls. I think it'll be near the top, if not the top. But I don't know, as it stands right now, what my least favourite episode of the season is. I don't think. We'll have to wait and see when we do the ranking. But yeah, that was the season finale of season 5 of Supernatural, Swan Song. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode and the reaction. If there's any bits that I missed to talk about, let me know and I'll try and comment down below. Did you love it as much as I did? Did you enjoy my reaction? Just let me know. As always, my name is Scott. Hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. I'm excited to read your comments on this one. I'm really excited. Please take a look at the Patreon link if you want to watch the full reaction to this episode. But also, if you watch on YouTube, like I said, the start of season 6 and the ranking of season 5 and all that kind of stuff, that'll all be up on Patreon at this point for YouTube, guys. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon for the start of season 6 of Supernatural. Bye, guys. Take care and stay safe.